guys, I'm Kelly with the Suburban Soapbox, and today we are making Swiss cheese fondue. This cheesy, melty, amazing dip is perfect for entertaining. It's also great for just a date night in or Valentine's Day. This cheese dip comes together with just a few simple ingredients. All you're going to need is a mild Swiss cheese, like Jarlsberg. I also like to use a Gruyere, which is just like a more nutty, sharper Swiss cheese, but you can really use just any type of Swiss cheese that you like. Some white wine. Let's talk about the wine for a moment. You want to use a wine that you would drink, like straight out of the bottle. You don't want to use a wine that's like too cheap, something that's not going to taste like really great, because you're going to taste the wine in your dip. And then we're also going to use dry mustard, a little bit of nutmeg, some cornstarch as a thickening agent, and then just a little bit of garlic. So it's so simple to make. So to get started, we're going to bring our wine to a boil in a pot. We're just going to turn the burner on and we're going to add our wine to the pot. And while that's going, we're going to grate our Gruyere cheese. So your Gruyere is always gonna have rind on both ends, and I just like to cut the one end off to get to the softer part of the cheese, and then we grate it. And so we have one cheese grated, and now we're gonna grate the Jarlsberg. We already have some grated on the plate, but we're just gonna grate the rest of this one. It's really best to grate the cheese yourself. When you buy pre-shredded cheese at the grocery store, it does have some stabilizers in it just to kind of preserve it so it has a longer shelf life. So it's always best to do it yourself. So we're gonna toss our cheese into a Ziploc bag. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're gonna coat it with cornstarch. The cornstarch is gonna stick to the cheese and make your fondue nice and thick and creamy and perfect, basically. And this is the easiest way to do it. You can certainly put your cheese and cornstarch into a bowl, but I kind of like to do it this way. And then you can prep ahead and actually leave your cheese with the cornstarch in the bag until you're ready to make your fondue. Make sure all the cheese is coated in the cornstarch. And then once your wine comes to a boil, we're gonna add the cheese. And then the fondue comes together really quickly at that point, so you're gonna need to be ready and move quickly. While we're waiting for our wine to boil, I'm just gonna cut a garlic clove in half. And what you're gonna do with the garlic clove is rub the entire inside of whatever serving dish you're using. So if you're using a fondue pot, you're gonna wanna do the inside of the fondue pot. If you're just serving it in a chafing dish, like over a warmer, you're gonna do the inside of the chafing dish. And you can buy a fondue pot just about anywhere. You can find them on Amazon. They have them at Crate & Barrel. You can actually get a really inexpensive one if you're lucky and you go to Home Goods or TJ Maxx. I have found them there. Now that our wine has come to a boil, we're going to stir in the cheese and we're gonna turn the heat off. And because this stays warm, I'm just gonna bring it over here. It smells so good. Simmering wine. It smells amazing. And you're gonna put all of your cheese into the wine. And we're just gonna stir it until it melts. It shouldn't take long at all. Once your cheese starts to look like it's melted and then it's not grainy or you don't have big chunks in there, you're going to add the nutmeg to the pot and the ground mustard. And then you're just gonna stir that in. Once everything is smooth and you don't have any more lumps, you're going to transfer it to your fondue pot. Now that our fondue is done, we can dig in, and you can dip anything you want in this. Apples, sliced pears, broccoli and snap peas, bread, and cheese, obviously, and anything pickled. So I love these little cornichons, which are French, like little gherkins. They're not sweet, they're very tart, and they go perfectly with this cheese. And that's my favorite. It's kind of like a raclette, if you've ever had raclette. And they serve it with pickles, like all kinds of pickled vegetables. Yeah, this is on me. It's so good. Very nutty. You can taste that wine coming through. It's absolutely perfection. If you love this recipe, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. For more easy recipes, visit thesuburbansoapbox.com. Thanks again.